The bulls pass a major test and give us 5 waves up. Now they face a bigger one. Are they up to the task? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so in yesterday's video, we were talking about the fact that the bulls needed a 4-5 to give us 5 waves up, and they were looking for a pullback towards 37.25 and then a move over Tuesday's high to give us a clean 5-wave setup, and the bulls delivered. They pulled back to 37.34 and then took the market back over Tuesday's high to give us a clean 5 waves up. Now the question is, can they hold support to give us a strong indication that a bottom is in place? I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so before we jump into the chart, you're going to see on the screen here one of PT's trades again closed very green and did very well, but it's more than the money for me. It's more than making money. Of course, that's the goal, but it's seeing people be able to change their lives. You can see these guys paid for their daycare with the profits they made off of PT's trade. One of the guys in these comments actually is allowing his wife to stay home longer with the profit he's making in our room. And that's what it's all about to me. It's not about the money. It's about what the money gives you. The ability to spend more time with your family and control your life and to do things that you weren't able to do before. And if you're interested in those types of things, please come to our room. You can find out more about it later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And before we get into the actual chart, I want to make sure that we don't get ahead of ourselves here. We have a very clean 5 waves up here. However, the bulls still need to hold support, and then they still need to come back and take out the pivot, which I have highlighted here, which we'll go through here in just a minute. Take out that pivot and complete this 5-wave set up to give us a very strong indication that the bottom is in and we are in another bull rally. So for that to happen, let's look at the chart here. We were looking for this 4-5, and that's exactly what we got. The bulls can still continue to push this 5 higher if they want to. We have plenty of room above here. We also have enough in place for this to be done. So if the bulls decide to push a little more, that's no big deal. And if they decide to top it out exactly where it's at, that's also okay. From wherever it tops, if it's topped already, this is what we're basing this off of, is that we've topped in this wave 5. From wherever it tops, we're going to be looking for the 50% to 764 retrace for wave 2 support. We have to come back and hold that support and then come back and take out the 618 and 764 extensions of waves 1 and 2. So these extensions right now are based on a guess that the pullback will hit the 618. However, where the pullback lands, we don't know yet, so that'll be adjusted. But just for having it on the chart and giving you an understanding of how this works, when we get a wave 1 up, we get a wave 2 down into our support area. Then we look for a wave 3 that takes out this high, but ultimately moves through this pivot right here. So the 618 and 764, at this time, it is at the 38.55 area. But again, it will depend on where wave 2 lands. We move through the pivot, and that's a pretty strong indication that we're going to be continuing this pattern. And then we would look for this to fill out the 3, 4, and 5 all the way up. So for the bulls, it's very simple. Pull back, hold support, move up, break the pivot. Okay? If we do that, that's a strong indication that we're well on our way, but we still want to see this 3, 4, 5 play all the way out so that we can have a strong 5-wave pattern off of the low. For the bears, also pretty simple. Wherever we top right here, they need to come down and break this support, and that should send us back down toward the 32.50 to 34.50 range to complete this wave 5 down. And it would be an adjustment in this pattern where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that we just topped out in, and then 5 down to complete the bearish move. So really simple right now, guys. This support box is what we're watching. Again, the bulls can push this a little higher before we see a pullback. And another thing to consider, all right, is that this move down that we've been tracking has been a diagonal C wave. And when diagonals in, you get very sharp rallies, okay, off of wherever their ending point is, and that's what we're seeing. And you generally get shallow pullbacks, so that it is possible that this wave 2 could be fairly shallow. We would like it to hit at least 37.24, but ideally it hits this wave 2 support box. So we got to pay attention for a shallow rally and then a strong move higher from there, because that is very possible off of a diagonal as well. So just to keep it crystal clear, bulls need to pull back and hold support, and then move back through the pivot wherever that will be after the wave 2 bottom. For the bears, they need to break support, and then we should see a move down through this low into the 42 or 3250 to 3450 areas. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, we don't need as in-depth of an explanation because it's going to be pretty much identical. We'll just go through the levels. As of right now, where they've topped in the NASDAQ, our support level is 11,313 to 11,091. Again, this can be adjusted if they push higher, but this is based on where we've currently topped. And again, they do have plenty of room to push this higher if they want to. For the bears, they need to break this support box just like the bulls, get down below this 11,091 level, and then that's not necessarily a indication that we are going lower. We can go all the way down to this low and still be a valid wave 2. However, it is less likely. We generally hold the 764, and to hit our targets above, we really need to hold the support box for that. The other thing to watch for that I didn't mention on the ES chart that I will mention here is the structure. This move down through support, if it's going to be bearish, should look like a 5-wave impulsive structure. So you'll see it like this one over here where it's a 1, 2, and then a strong 3-wave 4, 5. However, if it is going to be a structure that's going to hold support, it should look corrective, meaning there should be some overlap in it, and we would see an ABC move down into the support box. So those are the things to watch for over the next few days. The move up in one can continue, and then we need to hold the wave 2 support box. And then from there, they need to come back and take out the pivot. As of right now on the NASDAQ, the pivot is 11,733 to 11,855. But again, that's based on hitting the 618 retrace. We don't know where wave 2 is going to land just yet. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, like where the pivot's going to be, where support's going to be, if we hold support, if this is going to be an ABC structure down, all of those types of updates, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link, and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it, make sure it's for you, and that you become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny, and you can cancel at any time. In the first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means that our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you can check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a small price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you really have to see to understand. And that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial so you can make sure it's for you before you spend your money. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into a small account and trades it using mini ES futures and disciplined trading methods where he's averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, I'd love to have you in here and pay your child care with our winnings, just like we are some other people, or give you a vacation. We'd love to have you in these rooms so we can all make some money together. All right, key takeaways for today. Very simple. Bulls need to hold the support box and push higher through the pivot. Bears need to break the support box and the low, and then we're looking at 3250 to 3450. Over on the NASDAQ, very similar. Bulls need to hold the support box right now at 11,091 to 11,313 and push higher through the pivot. Bears need to break through that support box and the low, and then we'd be looking at that 10.4 to 10.100 range lower. That is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.